Music was CW3PR, scoring for sci-fi, horror, and fantasy film and TV. I'm Charlene Harris. I wrote the Sookie Stackhouse novel. The marriage of music and film or TV is essential. I couldn't be more pleased to introduce you to our stunning panel of composers, some of the most talented in the business today. Here to kick off the panel is a video of this group's pivotal work, as seen to picture, followed by an intro by the moderator and BMI director, Ann Cesari. Enjoy and thank you for having me here.
Zuckerman. Sarah graduated magna cum laude in music production and technology from Berklee College of Music in Boston. Later earning a master's degree in composition from the California Institute of the Arts. He is half the composing duo called the Track Team with his partner Ben Wynn. Together, they scored all 3 seasons of the Nickelodeon hit TV show Avatar: The Last Airbender. They've scored a number of the DC showcase films such as The Spectre and the upcoming Jonah Hex, and currently are scoring the new animated Kung Fu Panda series debuting this fall on Nickelodeon. Talking about sound design, also I had a question for Jeremy as well for Avatar, because you and your partner Ben do the sound design and the music, so you have double duty there. And a lot of the ethnic instrumentation sounds traditional and authentic. Did you have to do a lot of research for that? And how do you make a sound for water bending and for earth bending? How do you make that sound?
I guess there's a couple of questions in there. Ben really took the job after the pilot. The pilot, we both did music and sound design. It was a joint effort, but we quickly learned that there was no way in hell we were going to be able to collaborate like that, for the whole series. And just time didn't allow it. So Ben took on the role of sound designer, and I took on the role of composer for the rest of the series. But as far as the ethnic instrumentation goes, I really did not study any of that for Avatar. Brian Konitzko, the creator, came to me and said, "We want to make this show, and it takes place in this Earth-like place, but it's not really Earth. But it has to feel old and Asian, and it's Asian-esque, but it's not really Asian. So don't worry too much about being extremely traditional." But I sort of somehow fell into taking lessons on the Chinese pipa and the gujin. I don't know, I just couldn't say no. I guess I'm kind of like an education junkie. And,
Magna cum laude.
That's right. My dad was, a lawyer, very intellectual. So I started studying gujin and pipa, and gujin is a much easier instrument, and I sort of continued on a little more with that. And then as far as the other, there's a bunch of ethnic instrumentation on that show. There's an Armenian duduk,
right.
And that I bought a VHS.
Really?
Basically, Brian and Mike came to us and they said, "For next week, can you have a duduk here? And we don't have any money in the budget for a duduk player." I guess we'll go buy one and see what happens. Thank God for editing. So we did something together. But it turns out that the instrument sort of plays itself in a way. You just sort of let go and things come out of it, and it sounds cool. So yeah, there's some degree of research and education certainly, and then some degree of just winging it and hoping not to offend anyone. And then the sound design question. For a lot of the sounds we use our voices. Because again, when we started, we had no money. We were serious newbies. And at CalArts, I got really into extended vocal techniques and all this stuff that makes you no money in the real world. But somehow...
But it worked out for you.
Somehow we found an application for it.
You're a Julian singer now?
Yeah, oh, sure. But, so we found an application for that by, a lot of times we would record these vocal gestures and compose them on sounds. So, because the bending is so gestural.
Please help me thank this amazing